got up and he sat back down.
Looks like Bob Knight jumped at just the right time, and it's a good thing he did, because who knows how he would have reacted to seeing his team get hammered by Kansas last night, 109-51. They lost by more than what they scored. That's not easy to do. And that 58-point beatdown was the worst in school history, eclipsing the mark set just last Wednesday when they were hammered by 44 by Texas A&M. That's probably not the record that new Tech coach Pat Knight wants to keep breaking. After it was over, Pat got off some brilliant lines that even Pops would be proud of. Quote, "I feel like someone put a meat necklace around my neck and threw me into the lion's den. They killed us. The thing that upset me again, just like the A&M game, is that we didn't compete. I had guys that I honestly thought looked scared when they got out there on the court. Not one guy showed up tonight." End quote. Awesome meat necklace blast, Pat. Hey, look, normally I don't want to take a run at college guys. They're not pros. Typically, they're not fair game the way guys are who are pulling fat paychecks. But if Pat Knight publicly says that none of his guys showed up, competed, and were afraid, well, I guess it's all right. And I'd have to agree with him. I mean, there's no shame in losing to a very good Kansas team. I can even see getting smoked on the road by the Jayhawks, but there is no excuse for what happened to them last night, especially after they just did 5th-ranked Texas. You don't lose by 58 unless you don't show up, don't compete, and are scared. Look, I'm sorry you lost by 29 buckets, but for the record, I can get with any coach who has a nice meat necklace bomb locked and loaded. Attaboy, Pat. Coming up next, Kansas guard Mario Chalmers will be my guest. Don't go anywhere.
Saved it. Chalmers on the run. He just put it up behind his back, and Arthur was there like, hey, we drew it up this way.
From Los Angeles, it's Alone with Rome.
Welcome back. My guest was the 2007 Co-Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He had 11 points in Kansas's rout of Texas Tech last night. Mario Chalmers is my guest. Mario, really nice to have you on the show. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great, Mario. Quite a night last night. Pat Knight made it pretty clear how it felt to be on the wrong end of a 58-point beatdown. What was it like being on the winning side of that game last night?
It felt good for us. I mean, it was a big game for our seniors since it was senior night, so we just wanted to send them home and have a memorable last game for them.
Now, Bill Self was almost apologetic afterwards, but then again, Mario, what are you supposed to do? Not shoot the ball, not try to make your shots? I mean, there wasn't a whole lot you could do about that in the second half, right?
It wasn't a lot we could do. I mean, it felt like anything we throw up was going in, and when teams have those type of nights, it's tough to stay with them.
All right, so let's talk about what's going on with the team. You guys started 20-0, and then over your next 9, you went 6-3. At that point, exactly what was going on, and what was the problem?
I think people just got down a little bit after we lost our first game, and people kind of lost focus, and they started thinking too much instead of playing the ball that we was playing in the beginning. I mean, the last 2 games, I think we got back to playing the normal Kansas basketball that we used to play.
Right now, do you have the same confidence that you had early in the season when you were winning 20 in a row?
I think so. I mean, everybody's talking lately, and everybody's happy with how our performance is going. And we just try to keep working hard and try to get to the national championship.
Now, one of the wins you had was against Kansas State. That was a chance to avenge a loss earlier this season. Michael Beasley said these guys came in with a real chip on their shoulders. How badly did you want that game last week?
We wanted that game real bad. I mean, we was looking forward to it ever since we lost to them at their place. And K-State's a great team, but that night we were just better than them.
Speaking of Beasley, he had 39. Where do you come out on him as a Player of the Year candidate? Is he the guy?
I think so. I mean, Michael Beasley is one of the best college players I've seen. And watching him grow over the years, I mean, we played camps together when I was coming through high school and he was coming to high school. And he's made a big improvement, and I'm really impressed with his game.
Yeah, I mean, go back. When you guys were coming up together at that level, did you know one day that you'd be knocking heads together in conference the way you are right now?
No, I never thought that. I didn't think Kansas State was looking at him like that. And, I mean, fortunately, that's how it turned out.
And I mentioned that you were a co-defensive player of the year in the conference. You've always said that you'd rather get a steal than actually score. From the very beginning, you've always worked on that end of the floor. Where does that come from?
I I think it just comes from growing up. My mom was a great defensive player. My dad was a good defensive player. So when I was coming up playing basketball, they just tried to instill in me to play defense and not worry about offense as much.
Now, they both coached you, but you're telling me you got your defense from your mom.
I think so. I think I got most of my defense from my mom.
What do you get from your dad then?
I think my shooting touch, I get it from my dad. My dad was a great shooter when he was playing in high school and in the military, and I think I got that from him.
Now, he's also made the point that he doesn't always want you to let the game come to you. You've never been a guy who's going to force anything. He wants you to press the issue. He wants you to be more aggressive. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think all my coaches want me to do that, but it's kind of hard right now because I like to get everybody involved and make sure everybody is getting the amount of touches they need and everybody's happy.
You know, you look at your play. You've played your best when the stakes are highest. In short, you're a clutch player. You're one of those guys who's found a way to dial it up when it matters most. How do you go about doing that consciously?
I think it's just growing up. I used to always practice taking the big shot, come down the court, count down to myself in my head like 3, 2, 1, and just pulling up for a jumper or shooting a big shot. And I think it just carried on with me.
See, you can learn that then. A lot of guys just assume that that's just the way you're wired. Some guys want the ball, some guys don't. You're telling me you learned that early on. You practiced it. You worked it.
Yeah, I mean, I worked on that every day. I mean, that was the main thing in my game that I really wanted to focus on, was being able to take the big shot. Because my favorite player coming up was Michael Jordan, and he always took the big shot, so I want to be just like him.
You know how it is in the tournament. If you're going to go far, you need good guard play. Talk about how much confidence you have with Russell Robinson in the backcourt and the two of you guys playing the game that you do together.
I have a lot of confidence in Russell Robinson. I mean, he's one of the best defensive guards I've ever seen, and he's helped me with my defense and made me a better defensive player, teaching me things, and I just learned a lot from him, and I'm really glad he's back there with me.
You see, when you're setting records and breaking records for steals, you got to give him credit, right? He does a great job of pressuring the ball. How much easier does that make your job?
It makes my job a lot easier. That way I just can read passing lanes and just try to pick off passes. I mean, he applies so much pressure on the ball handler that it's hard to get around him and it's hard to beat him. He just want to get rid of the ball.
Mario, when you first got there, did you have any idea what it meant to be a Jayhawk and what it was like to play basketball in that community and just how much it meant to so many people?
No, I didn't know that when I first got here. I mean, I knew a little bit about the tradition, but when I got here and I seen it in full effect, it really touched me and it really showed to me how much basketball means to Kansas.
All right. Mario, nice to have you on the show. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on the Jayhawks. Got to do it again soon. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up on the forum, more on Brett Favre's surprising retirement. Did he make the right decision? What does that mean for Green Bay? We'll break all that down and more when we come back.
Their sacrifice made them heroes.